So Minecraft's terrain is not very realistic. We all know that. It has these massive spires. Nothing's ever really flat. Mountains are insanely steep. And then, of course, the world just drops off. And then there's the caves. There's caves everywhere. And that's not very realistic, is it? So some people try and fix Minecraft's terrain by like adding 128x or 256x texture packs. And then shaders. And maybe some like realistic tree mods. But the best way to fix Minecraft's terrain is through data packs that make it more realistic. And that's what we're going to be going through today, looking at some of the most realistic terrain data packs in Minecraft. Let's go. So first up here we have Geolithic, and it is a pretty simple overhaul mod. It doesn't actually change a lot. I'm going to be rendering 2,000 blocks in each direction for all these. So it doesn't actually look that different from way up here, but let's go down to the surface. So here I am down at the surface, and there's just a bunch of little minor changes. Like there's these little rock things, there's fallen trees, like logs and that kind of thing. Also, I think those spruce trees are a little bit different. There's these kind of like stony shores are a little bit different. I'm not sure. It's still a stony shore, but it's just different. It has moss, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I do think that the terrain generation is not impacted. It might be impacted subtly, and I just can't notice it. But the terrain itself looks very similar. So it's just a couple minor overhauls with changing little things here and there. Like making, I think those trees are taller than they usually are. The trees are probably a bit denser. They look pretty dense. And I don't think there's usually these 3 type of trees. There's usually 1 and 2. I think that's a 3rd type. Also, it has like random trees in the middle of meadows. I don't think that vanilla does that. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So here's another cool thing. It has like these bare patches occasionally with like rocks and pumpkins and just like bare grass, which I think is cool. And it also has these cool stumps. So yeah, that's about it for this one. It's just minor overhauls. Please subscribe. Only 1% of people are subscribed. All of them are linked in the description, and let's move on to the next one. So here we have continents. This is a really cool mod that essentially aims to make it so there are larger oceans and larger land masses, since Minecraft can have just a bajillion little land masses and oceans everywhere. So its ultimate goal is to basically make Minecraft more like real life with massive oceans and massive land masses with a bajillion little islands sprinkled around. So while I'm falling, I'll tell you more about this mod. It uses some sort of data pack stuff to make it so the terrain generation is changed, but none of the biomes/structures are. Everything biome-wise and structure-wise is completely normal. It just expands the size of all of them. So it's kind of like large biomes, except with more little islands. I think it's pretty cool since it does look more like a world, less like just a bunch of biomes slapped together. So yeah, this is a super cool one. And yeah, while I'm landing, please subscribe, as only 1% of people are subscribed, and it does really help me out a lot. And yeah, 3 minutes of watch time, that's pretty good. I'm trying to get monetized, so if you'd watch to the end, that would be really helpful for me getting monetized. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. After looking around, you can see that there's a lot of very little islands and a lot of very large land masses and a lot of very large waters. So that's it for this one. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be a pretty crazy one that you've probably mostly all heard of. So you've probably seen this one and also heard of it. It's called Terralith. It adds a bajillion different biomes. So that's about what all it does. Look, there's a biome there. I don't know what that is. There's normal biomes there. I think those are normal. There's whatever that is. I don't know what that is. That's pretty cool. There's like normal stuff, some crazy stuff. Why is that so orange? And yeah, there's that. That's a lot of terracotta. Oh my god, those trees are blue. We're gonna have to go check that out. But yeah, this mod has a lot of stuff going on. According to its little page, it adds over 100 different new biomes. So let's set the time to day and see how it looks. Let's get over there to those purple trees, since I want to see how they did this, since this is technically only a data pack, so it can't add anything. I'm not sure, but you can see it does look very different from the beginning, so that's pretty cool. But as on our way there, you can see that we have this biome. I'm not sure what that is. Then we have this thing. It's really similar-ish terrain generation to other stuff, like with flats and steep hills, but there's some like flatter biomes. But each of the biomes does seem to have different-ish terrain generation, which I do find really interesting and really good attention to detail. Since the jungles look normal, but then there's this thing which does look completely different. So let's see what kind of leaf this is. So that's an acacia leaf. So I think how they did this is they take however like biome blend works with normal Minecraft, like how you can have different colored grass in a jungle than like a savanna, and then did something that makes that just super extreme. So they have the ability to make completely custom color blocks. And I just think that's super cool. Oh my god, what is that? We gotta go see what that is. I don't know what it is. It's probably some custom ice biome structure. But on our way there, just a reminder, all the little mods and stuff, all the things, data packs and mods that I'm using in this video, they will all be linked in the description for you to use. We have this biome here, which has like shrubs. It's kind of like a savanna. Then we have these red trees. That's cool, but we're almost at it. So 1% of people are subscribed. Please subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Helps the algorithm out for showing people my videos. But here is the spire. It's just a giant ice spire. That's it. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure why, but it's cool. So let's move on to second place. This next mod is absolutely crazy. So this is Tectonic. You may be wondering that this just looks like normal Minecraft, right? Well, that's where you're wrong. It's actually very different from normal Minecraft in one special way. It essentially just stretches out Minecraft horizontally but not vertically, making it flatter. I think it's a really cool effect that you will see once we get towards the ground. So while I'm falling, now is a great time to say that all these are, again, linked in the description if you want to try them. And for most of these, you want to use a mod like Voxy or Distant Horizons to see farther, because you can't really get the same effect with only 32 chunks loaded, as you'll see with the last one. But yeah, as you can see that we're getting towards the ground, you'll notice that it's pretty darn flat, but the mountains are still super steep. So it's not like it's actually just stretched sideways. It is just made it so the plains are flatter, but the mountains are just as steep, creating this really, really cool effect that you can see where everything in the plains is flat, where there's not much elevation change here, and there's still some trees sprinkled around the plains. I don't know if that's like a realism thing or just a not make it look super barren thing, but I think it looks pretty good. And as you can see, once you get over that mountain over there, it gets a lot steeper, like normal Minecraft steep, and I just think that's really cool. But that's really it for this one, and it is finally time that we get to do it. We get to move on to number 1. It's a doozy. It has been literally generating the world for like 2 days, so I really hope you enjoy it. But let's move on to number 1. So here it is, and the big reveal, here it goes. Sorry for the lag. This is JJ Thunder, everybody. The most insane realistic world generation data pack in Minecraft I could find. You can see it's absolutely huge. So with that, let's teleport up to 0, and see what it looks like from above. So here we are at 0, at 8,000 blocks up. You can see we're ridiculously high up. So let's look around and you see that super cool, very gently curved river going on, and super subtle biome blend. But let's get to the ground. So here we are on the ground. Let's get some fireworks and get our way over to up and look around. From now on, everything will be at like 2-ish x speed, since it's just so big I can't do it all in real time. That village is pretty small, but let's set it to 2x speed. So here I am. I lied. I actually set it to 3x speed since it's just that big. You can see that there's this kind of marbling effect that he uses to make these massive river type things. Maybe they're even supposed to be lakes. Better. So you can see that terrain is super flat and just like unbelievably massive. And you may think I'm not actually that low, but in fact it does go to -64, as you can see from my brief on-screen flashings of the F3 menu. But let's just see, how long does it take for me to change biomes flying at max speed in spectator mode. This is absolutely insane. There's a lot of really small things, and I can't possibly all cover it in one video. There's really slow biome blending for a maximum immersion. But let's go over to that other river area. So as you can obviously see, there is a bit of weirdness with the structures, but this river is absolutely huge. As you can see, it has a nice round bottom, and that big lump of rock, that's a trial chamber. I think that's just so cool. There's these little alcoves and all that cool stuff. But yeah, it's just crazy huge. That's why I've had to speed it up so much. There's like these villages and the walls and that kind of thing. Steep banks on this huge, huge river. I think it makes you feel so small, since like, let's just go up this slope. You can see it's taking forever to get up this mountain. Like, it's crazy. I'm in spectator mode at maximum speed, and it's still taking a while. You can see that there's more jungle trees here. There's a jungle biome. And then if we go in here and wait for that mountain to load, that is one heck of a view to see, and let's see what that lava looks like when it's all spread. So because of the way it's made, this lava is that big. It came from one source block. I just find that super crazy. So yeah, let's go to the top of the mountain I want you to put your guesses for how high the highest point in the game is in the comments below. So let's reveal it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The tallest point was 1,800. How close did you get? Again, leave your original guess in the comments below. Don't modify it. I'll know if you cheated, because I know things like that. I'm super smart. But I just think those pillager outposts like we just saw there, that are just like hanging out, are super funny. It's funny. But I have it only set to a 6,000 block radius. If you want me to set it to a 10,000 block radius to show you guys, I would be happy to do so in a short. But yeah, these cave systems are also huge, as you can see, but that's just about it. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end, and I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, all these are linked in the description. Goodbye.